it's a late one. I was just about to set the motor depth of a Gen 9, and I thought that's something that a lot of people have been asking me about, and so I thought, oh, I'll just jump on the live and I'll do it. I'll do it live. So, alright, here we are. If any one of you guys, any one of you, two people that are watching, if you guys were watching the previous episode of Please Fix My Blaster, you probably might have been familiar with this gearbox. Now, all well and good. However, what wasn't apparent to me in the video stream, hey, what's going on? What wasn't apparent to me in the video stream and what became apparent shortly after was let me see. Is that yeah, alright, close up. Yep, cool. Alright. This right here. Can you guys see that? There you go. Look at that. That is a hairline crack right at the front of the cylinder there. So had I put this together, it probably wouldn't have lasted very long. So that all went away, and then I got this. This. So it's a new nylon shell. It's pretty cool. It's nice. Actually, it's actually reasonably good quality, like for a change. It's a Gen 9, it's straight up Gen 9, but nylon. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the bits and pieces from the old gearbox into this one. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Now, a lot of the questions I get about like setting the motor up in the Gen 9 is like, well, how do you do it, for starters? And I was just gonna set this up because I have to reshim all this whole gearbox for well, because it's a new shell. I can't use the old shimming because it's new shell, so it's not the same tolerances, and it's gonna be all out. So I'm just gonna do the motor depth, and then yeah, you guys can, I don't know, watch, I guess, or ask questions. I'm a little bit blind in terms of chat. I'm trying to, I can't seem to get the chat in real time. I'm when I'm looking at my stream, I'm seeing like maybe 5 minutes in the past. I don't know what's going on with that. There's like some horrible lag. So I will try and, okay, that's alright. I'll just put my phone there. That's got the stream on it. That should Inception. It's like picture in picture in picture in picture. Alright. Spray paint will fix the clear receiver problem. It won't fix the crack though. That's the main issue. Is there any way to do the motor? You can do it by ear. You can do it by ear, but if you start off with this will give you a much better place to start, rather than trying to have to do it by ear later on. So I guess first thing I'm going to do is just put the motor in here. So, well, motor's already in there, if you can see that. But yeah, so I just set this screw quite low. I'm just going to stick that in there and put the retaining screws in. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Why is no one calling me out on that? Of course that's not going to work. I need to screw the screw the bloody pistol grip onto the bottom of the receiver, onto this half, which I call the top half. I think it's the top half. Need to do that first, otherwise it won't work. Need to get at least a screw in there. Alright. This is my least favourite thing about version 2 style gearboxes. Is the Gen 9 motor the same as SKD? No. Gen 8 is the same as SKD M4SS. So SKDSS is a Gen 8, basically. It's a Gen 8 nylon receiver, more or less. And that's not working, and you know why? Because I'm an idiot. When you buy these new receivers, these nylon receivers, they don't come with anything in them. And when I say they don't come with anything, I mean they don't even come with the nuts that hold the pistol grip on. So all these little things you have to provide from the previous shell. Will all the Gen 8 upgrades fit? Yes. M4SS is just basically a Gen 8. It's basically a Gen 8 gearbox, more or less. Alright. So just gonna pop the screws in there. How high tech is this picture in picture and shit? It's pretty high tech. If only I knew how to use it. I did want to have it set up so that you guys could actually press the button to swap the camera angles from your home computer, so I didn't have to sit there and swap them. That would have been cool. But unfortunately, to do that you need either more hardware or more something I don't have. Alright, so this is a real pain to do, and the reason that it's a pain to do is because this receiver is all black, so you can't see anything. And even if I can see it, it doesn't necessarily mean you can see it. This is like a mirror, so I've got to move it in the wrong direction. Alright, there we go. Alright, so first thing I want to do, now unfortunately I already sort of greased these gears up because I did have them in the other shell already, and then I realised the shell was broken, so I had to pull them all out. So rather than cleaning all the grease off and using more grease, I've left the grease on there. It's like recycling. Alright, so you can see that. So you want to initially set up by eye. I'll show you how. You want your motor and your pinion to sit about like that by eye. This angle isn't alright. Okay, about there we go. There's the angle, about like that. So you sort of want the edge of the pinion just at the edge of the bevel gear. So that's the depth you want. Now the next thing we need to do is set the depths of the pinion, the depth of the bevel this way. So we want it so that they're just nicely in mesh, not too tight. And the way to do it is literally by feel. You literally have to sit here and sort of rock that back and forth and feel how much play is in there. It's more of a sort of like a guessing game than anything else at this point, because you can't get a real precise gauge on it because the shaft isn't held at the top here. Unless the second half of the gearbox is on and the shaft is held in that bearing, you can't really get a proper feel for how high or low to go with the bevel gear here. So you just sort of have to guess. If you can see there's like a lot of play there, then you can pop a shim underneath to bring this up. But the main thing that we want to do is make sure that the depth of the depth of the pinion is right in this plane here. So we want to just make sure that that's in the right spot. We don't want it like heaps deep in here, and we don't want it out here where it's not going to mesh properly and strip gears. So that's pretty much what we're at. We just got to sort of guess it, and then once we've guessed it, like got the depth correct, guess the shim height, and then once we've sorted out that and got something that we're kind of happy with, then we can put the other half of the gearbox on and get a more precise measurement. Has anyone tried to upgrade the M24 yet? I think quite a lot of people have upgraded 24. Hello from Jamaica. Mag Prime mod for Gen 10. It's the same as Gen 9. Have you seen my Gen 9 Mag Prime mod? I'm fairly sure it's the same. Okay, so now that we have set this screw here to the right depth, we should be able to leave it there and not touch it, so that when we attach it back on again next time, the motor will be at the same depth that we've previously set it. Then we can pop these two halves of the gearbox together. Get these some screws in here. I just like to put the main ones in, sort of just quickly so I can get a quick reference. And fortunately, this particular gearbox does actually have a little window cut here. A lot of the other gearboxes don't have that window, so it's difficult. So you can see that little window. Whoop. Yeah, in there. So that's handy, that little window. So you can sort of stick a little screwdriver in there, and you can just check your play, and make sure that your bevel is free spinning in there, nice and now if you find that there's any play here, after you've put the gearbox half together, then you need to put a shim in to this side. So if you're pulling the gearbox out again, any shim adjustment you need to do, you have to do to the top side, because if you do anything to the bottom side, alright, so let me just take this box off so that we've got a reference, a point of reference. Okay, so we don't want to put any more shims here. Actually, so I guess this is the top side now, so invert what I just said. You don't want to put any more shims on the top side. Any more shims that you want to put on this side. Now, I've kind of cheated a little bit. So you can see I've already put shims on there, and I've already got shims on there because I already shimmed this prior to the video. I was literally doing it, and I thought, oh, I could probably just go live with this and do it live so that people can ask me questions. But I kind of got a bit into it, ahead of time, and I already got the shims in. But yeah, the trick is, like, once you've set your motor depth and your shim on, with only half the gearbox attached, when you put the two halves together, any play that you measure, say you measure 0.2 millimeters of play, then you want to put a 0.2 shim under here. You want to take this out and put your shim on this side under here, rather than putting a shim on here, because if you put another shim on this side, then you're gonna jam this gear up into the pinion and cause that to grind on it. So you don't want to do that. Alright, I think that's probably enough from me. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Good mate, good. I am good. Yeah. Alright, that's it for me, guys. I just wanted to quickly show you guys that while I was doing it. Just because I get a lot of people asking me that question, and I figure the more videos I can make, the less people are going to ask email me asking questions, hey? Alright, so I'll leave it at that. Catch you guys later. Don't forget to shout me a coffee. I've put the coffee link up this time because I always forget to put it up there. So I'll put it up there. Yeah, I always get myself in a bit of a problem at the end of the stream because I find myself outside of the streaming software, and then I have to work out how to get back in and stop it. Alright guys, where is the stop stream? Alright. The stop stream is underneath everyone's hundreds of messages. Alright. Best players to look. Gelball Mod always looks after me. Chainsaw I haven't had much experience with. Beast Pro hop-ups are good. At least the ADC ones are. Yeah. Leave it at that. Alright, where is... Let's get out of here. Wow, my computer is so slow.